Hi. Hello, my name is Cheech. This is my closet. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here. This is just one project that I'm going to be kind of talking about on this video, but as far as the rest of the content on this channel will be about my career, how I do my makeup, how I go thrifting. I don't think that this channel is going to be more of a tutorial channel, more like a log of what's going on, how I do it. I don't really like to draw or have a plan going into projects. I kind of just roll with it, which is random. So it's a little haphazard, and that's why I kind of want to see how I progress over time. I'm gonna make mistakes. It ended up fine. Look at it. It's fine. It looks great. Okay, so we are starting with this white full bust corset that I got off of Amazon. It's all white. I knew I was going to stain it with a synthetic stain because it is a poly. It's not cotton. It's almost like a fake satin. So I know that there's going to be like some plastics in it. So what I'm going with is a synthetic dye here. And what my intent was it to be brown. This is me submerging. I'm making sure that whatever little bits that are popping up are being dunked back in to get the full coverage. I added the fringe and the lace just so that it would all blend together. And this is what it ended up coming out to be. This purpley mauve, dusty, I don't know. It was fine. I liked it. I was intending on like a darker brown, but I guess to stain that kind of fabric, there's different colors in the stain, so the pinks and the purples that were in the stain just popped out more. Here I am, I'm sewing on the lace. So there's the front panel eyelet lace in the front, that's small. And then the thick lace that goes along the bust. I made sure to only sew down the top so that I could create a shape with the lace. However, like I kind of followed the direction of the lace trim and made it serrated or scalloped along the edges. So I made sure to first sew on the top of the lace so that I could leave room for the fringe that I was going to be doing on the bottom. So of course that takes me forever. I'm sorry if you hear like wind. It's like really windy today for some reason out of the blue. But I guess it's adding, I don't know, it's kind of spooky, I guess. Here is the, as you can tell, I've overlapped it over the fringe so you wouldn't see the line. And this is how it ended up. I was super happy with it. Here I'm showing what kind of rhinestones I'm using in the trim above the fringe, and I'm going with like a metallic, and then those are more like a amber but still has like a crystal look to it. Like the other ones that are metallic, it looks almost like a metal or a stud, but they're still shiny. Here is my method that I was using for this, and I'm using the tweezers as a glue stick. I'm created already a big ball of glue, as you can tell, and I'm dipping the glue into it and kind of going over in the same neighborhood. A double dipper is what I'm going to call it. It really helped with time. I try to keep it in the same neighborhood because I'd find that it would dry up. So I'd go back to it or I'd forget about it because I was like just going all over the place. I'd come back to it and be dried up. So keeping in the same neighborhood just made it easy for me to make sure that I was hitting that glue with the rhinestone at the perfect time, because this is a jewel tack, like a jewel glue that is non-toxic, and it asks to sit for like 10 minutes to dry anyways. But as you can tell, I'm doing a lot of rhinestoning, so I mean, like, I had time to kill. Here I'm just wasting the day away rhinestoning. A lot of rhinestones in the lace trim. I didn't really have, I just added and added. You can see my boyfriend like adding me, like showing me TikToks every 5 seconds. I love that. And so it took a long time to get all the rhinestones going. It was a lot. Oh my God. Here are my cats fighting. I just love that. They're crazy boys. That's Fox with crazy eyes. And the one you can't really see his face, that's Prince. They're brothers. They're the best boys in the whole world. They're Flame Point Siamese cats. Because I'm sure everybody asks me what my cats are. I'm like, Flame Point Siamese. They're like a certain tabby breed mixed with a Siamese cat. And they're just the best kitties in the whole world. The whole world. Here I am, going back to the rhinestoning. I keep getting distracted because I'm watching The Prince of Egypt, and I haven't watched The Prince of Egypt in like so long. So that's why I keep looking up, because I think some things I like forgot in that movie. It was like, anyways, I don't know. I'm talking about The Prince of Egypt. You want to hear what? I'm talking about The Prince of Egypt. So here I am going into the front, going into lace, going back and forth. I condensed these all to like time lapses, because if I didn't do that, I don't think this video would ever be uploaded, because it'd be too big. Here is some of the result of the progress. Okay, here I've taken little pieces of the trim, leftover scraps that matched up perfectly with the trim that's on the corset already. And my idea here was to glue it to the back behind it to give it like another level. And honestly, I loved this effect, and I think I want to play around with it more, but it ended up being kind of a bane for me. Because one of the biggest things about costuming is you want your costumes to be fairly comfortable. And after I added these, it was just like past the point of itchy. I added the beading, strands of beads. I was lucky enough to find beads that matched the general concept already. These are the sew-ons rhinestones that I'm using. I have these little ones on the eyelet lace in the front panel. I have bigger ones throughout the intricate lace. They are all from Planet Rhinestone. Shout out, not sponsored, but loved the product. They shine really beautifully. I don't have any problems with them. They were easy to work with too. I don't know, I'm like gonna out myself. I was like, dumb I am. No one's dumb. We're all learning here. I first hot glue gunned them on, just a tiny little bit of glue onto where I wanted them to go. I just found that was the most precise thing for me. I couldn't just like stick them on the body form, pin them, and then somehow safely take it off. It was just not working for me. So I just did this. I just glued it on first, tiny bit of glue. And then later on, hand sewn, because these are sew-on rhinestones, they have like little holes on the sides, which you'll see in another shot. Once I hand sewn them on, they were durable, they didn't budge, they didn't move. It was just like a perfect way I could keep it precise where I wanted it to be without it moving. And like when I found when I tried to pin it down and try to sew it down, it was just like moving around and I couldn't keep it. So maybe if people have that problem, just kind of hot glue it down a little bit. I don't know if anybody else has done that, but I don't know if that's like such a waste or I don't know, but I did it. It worked for me. It came out fine that way. Because by the time I did all this, I'd already rhinestoned everything. Because I didn't really have the plan of, oh, I'm going to put like big sew-ons onto it. I didn't think about that. So next time I'm going to think of the sew-ons first and just make it an expense, because it just adds so much layers to the corset and another layer of like sparkle that I really, really like. So here I am just gluing more. I'm realizing that it's very heavy on the flaps that I kind of glued down to the back of it. So what I had to do is get pipe cleaner and run it behind and sew it down to the pieces of lace that I glued onto it so that it would be flexible and moldable. And now it's pokey. But the end result was this, and I was really, really happy with it. So thank you for coming on this little journey of this corset. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, I will link them below in the description box. I'm gonna start crying. Don't start crying. Okay, thank you. Bye. Wait, hold on. La, 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 la. I'm like, I pity. It's everywhere. After I hand sewn on the lace, intricate, oh God.